Please welcome Dr. Joselito de la Audiencia. I said to Joselito today, I said, did you just come off the cover of Abbey Road?
Oh, thank you.
I know, it looks amazing. You have like morphed into this like, I was gonna say hot. Well,
You can say that, you can say
been hot,
that, yes.
But this hip, like cool dude.
Yeah, thank you. You know, with the hair and
I know, the hair, the
Yeah.
glasses, the coat,
Yes.
the sexy husband,
Yes.
fiance.
Fiance,
Yes.
almost. Husband.
Almost.
Yes.
So, what's our theme this month?
Our theme for this month is release.
And how much releasing's been happening in your life?
Quite a bit. And so, talking about the prickly edges. Yes. So we've been experiencing a lot of prickly edges, and you know a little bit of the story that I'll share. So, about a couple months ago, Richard and I actually got displaced from where we live. And the backstory is, so we live in a high-rise in downtown Los Angeles, and on a Monday morning at 8:20 a.m., an electrician was working on the bottom floor and accidentally cut through a wire that just shut off the entire power for the building, caused an explosion and a fire, and so we live on the 26th floor. And so we, you know,
no elevators.
and no elevators, and we went out and there were no lights, the backup lights were gone. So we were among 700 people going down these stairs from 26 floors with our flashlights, with our phone lights, just trying to make it down. And we made it out, the fire engines came, and and so we grabbed, it's interesting to be in those moments because what would you grab, right? I grabbed my laptop and
Yes.
let me just do some work, while we're out. But so I went across the street and we did some work, and then we were told, okay, you'll probably come back in a day, so we'll put you up in a hotel across the street. So we were able to go back up, no elevators, walking up 26 floors. And then we just said, we don't know how long we're gonna be gone, so I got the biggest luggage I could and then filled it with whatever I could fit in there, and then just walked down, just sweating and everyone at the time was wearing masks too. Oh. So we ended up staying across the street, then later it turned into from 1 day to 2 days. And then after 2 days, they said, well, we might need you to stay out for another 3 days. And then 3 days became a week. And then all during this time, and I told you this, we moved 5 times, right? So 5 times because it was around the time of the Super Bowl, and so we were being placed in hotels, and hotels were full, so they had to kick us out. And
Oh my gosh.
And so there was a moment, so this is where it relates to release. So there was a moment where we were driving, Richard was driving, and I was sitting in the car, and I was checking my email, and the email said, it looks like you'll be out another month. And my heart just dropped. And I'm a pretty positive person.
Totally.
Yes.
And
calm. And yet in that moment, I just felt like I stepped into a hole. And it's like I not only felt like frazzled and dejected, but then the word powerless came. And I felt powerless in the situation because I thought there's nothing that we could do. And then it's like that uninvited guest that you come into your home. So once powerless came in, it invited all of its friends to come in. Okay, like, you're not worthy and you're not gonna get anything done, because it had been this period of changing plans, remaking plans. And so at some point, my vision, I won't forget this because Richard was driving, it was a sunny day, but my vision started, it was as if in those movies where things start to black and becomes a tiny circle.
Yeah.
So that was what was happening. I just started to like focus on this point. Everything was becoming black. And then I felt this knot in my stomach. And I said, okay. So you know what got me out of this? It was actually the knot in my stomach.
Oh.
Because it was the knot once I felt this knot in my stomach, I said, wait a minute, this doesn't belong here. And I said out loud, Richard was driving, so I don't think he heard me, but I said to myself, okay, this isn't working for me. Something has got to shift. And it was in that moment that I said, what can I think about this situation that will get me out of this and get this knot out of my body? So I just sat there and I thought, well, what if I looked at this as a staycation, right? And I thought, okay. And so, we're going to be staying in a hotel and just a nice little break from our day-to-day life. And then I thought, wait a minute, that didn't feel right either, because it felt like a staycation was like duality, like it's a break from everyday living. And I thought, this is not a break from everyday living. This is life itself. And so this was in February. So our theme for February was adventure.
Adventure.
And so that was what got me. And I said, oh, this actually is an adventure. And so once I started to think about this whole experience as an adventure, because it wasn't something to put away and then come back to, it was, wait a minute, this is life itself unfolding, and I get to participate in it. Mm-hmm. And so either I get to choose to have the blinders on, mm-hmm. or I could choose to expand and say, what's possible here? And so I chose, okay, this is an adventure. And I actually prayed for this. At the beginning of the year, I have words that I put down for the year, like vitality and vibrancy, and adventure was one of those. And so I said, oh, I prayed for this, and here it is.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yes. And so there was just this letting go then. It was that release then that allowed me to, sometimes we talk about getting our bloated nothingness out of the way. And so that knot was the bloated nothingness that was there, and I got it out of the way, and then just the divine circuit started to flow.
That is such a great story for that.
Thank you.
My God, yes. Question.
Yes.
Are you back in your apartment?
No, we're not.
Still not?
We're still not.
Wait, I'm sorry. Have you thought to pack this?
Yes.
This was a must-have.
Well, so there were only...
It would be for me, by the way.
There were only like a few things because we only have like 15 minutes every time we come back to our place, because you just have to grab and go. So I said, okay, I need a jacket. Let me find the nicest jacket that I could find. And then, all of these clothes were the clothes that I just picked just to say, if I'm ever needing to be out there somewhere, this is what I'm going to need.
So do they have a timeline now for you?
So the timeline is end of April or potentially August.
You know what? Why am I reacting like, oh my God, it's an adventure?
It is an adventure.
Is that good with you? Richard's body language looks like I'm not having any of this. Okay. That's a great story. And you know what? That's the best way to show how this teaching works.
Yeah.
Because you peeled back everything you needed to peel back. You got to the knot and said, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And that's how powerful you are.
Well, and it is that prickly edge. It is that stone, because, we still get the emails promising.
Have you used any expletives?
A few, yes.
just checking.
Yes.
So show us our affirmations perfect for you then.
Yes. So our affirmation for this month is, I release my greatest self into being. So let's go ahead and say that twice. Okay? I release my greatest self into being. And one more time with gusto. I release my greatest self into being.
Let's give it up for Dr. Joselito.
Thank you.